This is the Screech Roll podcast. With your hosts, Chipsy and Mad Dog. Shazzy!
I was going to say, if people haven't seen this before, they might think that I'm called Mad Dog.
Yeah, I know.
I kind of like that.
I don't know if you can pull off the name Mad Dog.
I know. That's why I said I kind of liked it. You know, it's not something that anyone would ever call me.
Pretty exciting. No, that's right. Mad Dog is off in the nation's capital, I believe, trying to pull off some sort of coup, I would imagine. So we'll see.
A bald person takeover? Like, we've never had a bald prime minister and we deserve one.
John Howard was pretty bald.
I don't know if he'd be allowed in the club. He's anyway, it doesn't matter.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
I mean, this is probably better to talk about than the last week of the Hawks, so that's fine. We'll get into it. We'll talk about the.
It was a close game.
They're both.
I know
close
you're
games.
upset. I think that it's the transition as they're coming back. But anyway, we'll get into it.
We'll get into it. We'll talk about the South Melbourne game down in Melbourne, and then the game at home against the New Zealand Breakers, who might be, I don't know, the best team to ever play basketball in the history of the game, apparently, unless they're playing anyone but the Hawks.
Playing us, yeah.
Yeah.
So good to play us.
And then we'll look at Hoops Fest, which starts this weekend, where all the teams have to go to Perth and play there. And we happen to also be playing Perth for Hoops Fest, where we cannot catch a break. It's like this whole festival of basketball is in Perth, and we have to play Perth.
We're playing their home turf.
Yeah,
everyone else is playing festival. An away person.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, one of those. I get the Hoops Fest idea, but doing it in Perth is such a pain. Like, it's not an easy place to get to.
So far away from everyone else.
If it was in Brisbane, Melbourne, I would consider going. I'd be like, I'll just go and watch every game of the round because it's not that. But I'm not flying 6 hours to do it. Yeah,
it's like everyone has to be disadvantaged. I feel like it's just Perth that flies that far.
Yeah,
yeah. So sorry, clearly my phone's not on silent. I'm doing it right now.
Anyway, we'll talk about the Perth games coming up on Friday night as well. And also want to sort of dive a little bit into what that loss against the Breakers means for the season, what needs to happen for us to make the six, and so on. We'll go into that. I've done a little bit of research. So let's rip in.
Can I just say, that sounds like the theme music of a giant walking.
Oh, yeah.
Da-da.
Walking a giant hawk.
Oh, yeah.
It screeches. Yeah.
We do have one giant hawk. He's huge.
What?
McGee. He's a big dude.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the puppet. Puppet hawk.
I like that puppet.
Yeah. Okay, so Thursday night, we went down to Melbourne, played the South East Melbourne Phoenix, who are currently second on the ladder. And this is coming off our victory of them a few weeks ago in overtime at the Sandpit. Now, if anyone does listen to Screech and Roll and also listens to 1001 Songs That Make You Want to Die, or specifically watches it on YouTube, you will see throughout the Avril Lavigne and probably the Avril Lavigne episode that is out now, where most of the time you're watching the back of my head, because while everyone else is talking, I'm turned around like this, watching the Hawks game on the TV. So I'm not fully locked in for an episode that I'm meant to be hosting, because this game was on and it was a good game. You were watching this live, weren't you? You actually had it on TV and sat there and watched it?
I did have it on. I believe, because my memory is not good, but neck and neck the whole way. Is that what I'm remembering?
Yeah, look, we lost at the end of the day, which is what we cannot be doing. We need to be getting wins desperately.
Oh, that's right. I was sending you messages going, holy crap, oh my god, God. Yes, I remember.
And
yeah,
this went to overtime again. This is, two back-to-back overtime games with the Phoenix. And I've said in past episodes with Mad Dog that I find that South Melbourne are actually very similar to last year's Hawks. The way that the team's set up, they play defensively, they have multiple scorers, they have these people that come off the bench like Angus Glover that just gets really hot from three, sort of like we were getting with Lee and Days and that coming off the bench. They're really similar. Fast transition, great defense, just coached really well. So I feel like the Hawks and Phoenix clash in a way where it sort of like brings us to, it's the best we play, it seems, against them. We always seem to play good against Adelaide, but cannot beat them. And the Phoenix, we had that overtime win, and then they beat us in overtime. But this was super tight. We were up in the first quarter, down in the second quarter, up in the third quarter, and they tied the fourth quarter. And when I went to anytime a game's gone to overtime this season, all my confidence is drained that we'll get the job done.
Yeah, they don't get a boost like, we've got 5 minutes to get this done. They're just like, we've run out of energy.
We've run out of ideas.
Maybe
I don't know.
30 seconds we could keep playing, but not 5 minutes for some reason.
The scoring gets so stagnant at the end of games. They're having so much trouble closing games out, even closing quarters out, where we've had quarters with big leads this season, and then by the end of it, it seems like a 2-point. The classic is, I went with Gav and Cal to the Cairns game the other week, and they didn't score for 5 minutes. Like, we were up clapping for 5 minutes of the first quarter.
Yeah. But neither did the other team score?
No, but we got 6 points.
Oh, we got 6 points.
Yeah, right. And they hadn't scored. And we're like, 6 point, really? Like, that's it? But we'd stopped them from that. And by the time we got to the end of the quarter, it was like a 24-20 lead we had. You're like half of that. They couldn't score for half of the quarter. And then we started scoring but couldn't stop them. And
you can either play offense or defense. You cannot have both.
So normally, like, if you're on fire defensively, it leads to, which it did, and that Cairns game lead to that fourth quarter where they were turning the ball over and we were making them pay for it. But it just seems like layups won't go in most of the time. It's the whole crowd, we're cheering just to score at this point, it seems. It's not
just
like,
to get them motivated. Like, you can do it. We knew you could do it. That's it.
Yeah.
Get another one.
So when they fight in games like this Phoenix game, and they're fighting and winning quarter, lose a quarter, win a quarter, and then it gets to overtime, I'm like, you just don't. Like, it's absolute roll the dice. Is Harvey going to get hot and hit some threes in overtime and do it for us? QJ, it's McGee. McGee just doesn't seem to affect the game towards the end. Seems like it should be a cheat code. We'll talk about it for the New Zealand game, but it's like he's that option disappears for some reason towards the end of quarters, the end of games.
I said to you, why does he look so sad on the bench? He looks put out about something.
We should talk about that. We'll talk about, quickly just run through this one, but the New Zealand game we'll talk about, because I've read some pretty interesting stuff this week about McGee. So friggin' Sobey, Mad Dog's arch nemesis. The start of the season, when we picked out what players are going to annoy us the most this year, he said Nathan Sobey. This guy got 37.6 rebounds, 4 assists in this game. He's 35, little white man who plays like Russell Westbrook. It's like, I don't understand. Nothing about him looks like he should be good at basketball, and he scores 37 points. It's insane.
I think I had him in my Supercoach team, and I feel bad now because I didn't realise that I was choosing Chris's arch nemesis. Imagine having a nemesis.
Well, I can't imagine having a nemesis at all. But yeah, Mad Dog's. His name's Mad Dog for a reason.
Crazy eyes. Yeah.
Angus Glover, who is a Illawarra basketball junior, comes from Wollongong without fail, no matter who he plays for, comes out and just. I think he maybe 3 games ago when we played the Phoenix, he broke a record for the most threes in a half. He got 22 points for us. Froling was on fire for this one, 22 points, 9 rebounds. QJ at 22 points off the bench. But here's the thing. Like, I didn't get to watch. I was watching the game in little bursts here and there. And if you just pull up the box score, show me the stats, I'll tell you who won or lost. Don't show me any of the points. Just show me what was our turnover rate. I'll tell you if we won it or not. Do you know what the turnover rate for this South Melbourne game was?
I know they didn't listen to our last podcast and fix the turnover rate.
Yeah.
What was it?
South East Melbourne had 5 turnovers for the game.
And we had less than 10.
We had 18.
Oh, I'm trying to help you here, guys.
Yeah.
Trying to stay positive.
So you go 18 turnovers. But the thing is, that has become such a normal thing. No wonder it's the win. You can't win and turn the ball over 18 times. So just let's say they score half. You know what I mean? Like they have half of that many turnovers and that turns into 2 points. That's their big wins. All the games are big wins. Unless you're getting blown out. They shot over 50% from 3, the Hawks, and South Melbourne were only less than 30% from 3. So we got way more of our threes in, but turned the ball over 18 times and it went to overtime.
Are we sloppy or are the other teams just a bunch of ninjas?
It's sloppy. We've seen it in real life.
Yeah.
How many, at least once, if not twice a game, do we not see them whip the ball around the perimeter and whoever's sitting sort of at the elbow doesn't even look to see if the player in the corner has made a cut to the basket and whips it out. It just throws it out.
Yeah, yes.
And then they look at each other like, what are you doing?
Yeah, they're like, you weren't there where you were supposed to be.
He was cutting to the basket.
Yeah.
He's cutting to the basket. The shot clock's going to run out. Like, either if you're in that point and it's, I think Blanchfield did it in the New Zealand game, but it's happened to a few people. Peatling's done it, everything. This is just, I don't know if it's like a panic thing. Their shots aren't going in, so they don't want to take the shot. But if that guy's in the corner, I get it. Like, that's a late shot clock play is to just try and whip it to someone in the corner because that is the most high percentage of a 3-point shot you can get. It's corner 3. But if it's running down and you've got the ball at the post and you have a shot, then that guy in the corner should make the cutting under the basket. He needs to aim to either get to that weak side and rebound your shot. But it's like they get to the point where no one wants to take the shot and everyone's watching the shot clock run down, but no, they just keep passing the ball back and forth. Like,
yeah.
You're better off put the shot up if you've got 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Just not everyone needs to run back straight away. At least get a weak side rebounder in at the bare minimum, and hopefully someone big enough to be able to pull a rebound down. They seem to just get to these points where the shot clock's about to go and they're still passing the ball around.
We've passed it around so much. I swear we've had numerous backcourt violations.
The backcourt violations.
A backcourt? Why is that happening? You never see a backcourt. Never.
No. I mean, the New Zealand game was the ultimate soul destroyer of getting the ball back with 4 seconds to go and not even getting a shot off because there was a backcourt violation. We had the same thing, I think, against Cairns, maybe, where, they just passed. He'd already gone over halfway and then he passed it back.
Yeah.
So something you're like,
passing.
what are you doing? Like, that's like schoolboy stuff, that. But, yeah.
I don't like to think of us as panickers. I see other teams panic at the end and just start going like just I don't know, sloppier because of the panic. Hawks weren't like that last year. They
No,
stayed cool and calm under pressure, and I don't know. I don't like it.
look, some players are better under pressure than others, and I like to think Tyler Harvey's one of the best under pressure players in the whole NBL.
Yeah, he
But
is. Yeah.
you can't just be the one. Like, you can't inbound the ball and receive the ball. Like, that takes two people to do that. And that pass for him to go out against New Zealand was not good. Like, the fact that he had to sort of step back to get the inbounded pass, and just, you don't have to start in your half. He could have been back behind the halfway line to get an easy inbound and then go. I know he's got 4 seconds to shoot, but that's a pretty long time to take 3 dribbles and get a shot up, especially for Tyler Harvey. It just seems like there's not enough composure. And I don't know if, there was some sort of just calmer heads. I think Blanchfield not being able to hit a shot. He finally hit a shot and it got waved away.
Oh, that was sad. Yeah.
But the longer that goes, it's like, we were there for the New Zealand game, and I said to you, okay, he's made all these subs. Who on the court can score? And there was a point there where it's like, I don't know. Like, I think Harvey was left on there. I'm like, okay, so there's 4 non-scorers on the floor now, and we didn't have that the last 2 years. You could have brought anyone in and out.
Yeah.
Like, why is Davo not getting triple doubles anymore? He was on the verge of a triple double every game. It was
we said this. He was injured. We just don't know where he's at with that because it's been since then.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's he was always on the verge of a triple double, and now it's his scoring's disappeared.
I miss Lee.
Yeah, I miss Lee as well. Do you know Days just got released from his Japanese team?
Because of not playing well? Like,
I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah. I just read it.
Come on back, Days.
Come back. Who would you cut to bring Days back?
Who would I cut? Ooh.
You remember, because you're an import, so that means you have to get rid of either McGee, Harvey, or do we have a third import? I don't think so.
I mean, McGee.
Yeah, you got Froling now.
Yeah, Days is valuable in lots of different ways. McGee's valuable in mainly just one way. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. Yeah. Crazy to think about it from when this guy was getting 30 plus points a game, but we're losing.
And Days might be, getting the ball down the court and assists and rebounds and stuff might be a bit higher than. I know that McGee gets a lot to score, but we might get scores from other players because of Days. Everyone's scoring will go up.
Yeah, that's true. So the South Melbourne game, not a bad way to end. We were in it, but at this point we need to be more than in it. And then we go to the sandpit on the Sunday early game against the New Zealand Breakers, who had just come off the most horrific loss of the season to the Kings, where I watched it on TV and I'm with the kids and I'm like, I don't think New Zealand have scored in this quarter. And I put up the box score and they had not scored from the second quarter at all. They ended up with 4 points at the end of it in a quarter. And apparently the Kings have one of the best defense in the NBL at the moment. And
you would hate still, that. You hate saying nice things about the Kings.
I do. I'm going to say something even nicer about the Kings later, which I don't want to. But they looked terrible, New Zealand. And I'm like, I don't know if that's good or bad to play them now. They've just been embarrassed on their home court. I said it to Mad Dog, I think. They'll be licking their lips at the fact that they get to play the Hawks in Wollongong again after that, because they've flogged us twice at home. And they're like, That's fine.
Good. We
We're
need
good.
a win.
That's what we desperately need. We desperately need the Hawks at home, and I don't like that at all. I was really hoping the Hawks could just sort of, I don't know, take something out of that South Melbourne game that it was an overtime game. Come here, get the job done against. You've got to beat the teams that are below you. It's like you just have to do it at this point. And I think New Zealand are technically 1 point above us, but the rankings can change. So we were there, we're watching it. First quarter, we're down. We're down 3 in the first quarter. We're down another 3 in the second quarter. And the second quarter was horrendous. We ended up with 18 points, but it was a hard 18 points to get. And we've got Dan Greeter's hitting threes and everything to keep us in it at this point. We finally sort of turned it around that second half. We won the third quarter by a point and we tied the fourth quarter. But that still gave us a 101-96 loss to the New Zealand Breakers. It seemed so simple for them to be able to take McGee out of the game. They simply just double teamed him instantly. The second the ball was even thought of going there, they would leave someone completely by themselves and double team McGee. And they were able just to push him just far enough out that he wasn't able to get a hook shot, finish, dunks, anything. It made it hard on him, but McGee's seen double teams before, surely, and that means someone else is open. But our scoring's not there. So you find the open man and they can't score. It's a cheat code for New Zealand. They're like, just double team them. I don't think anyone else can score. And they're
also,
right.
I noticed, they're right. But also I noticed that the Hawks could throw the ball into the hoop, and what would happen is it would sort of stop and float halfway down the net for a few seconds, and then it would just levitate back up.
So many in and out. So many in and outs. Yeah, so many.
It's like magnets. It's like there's a force field. It's like
Blanchfield kept getting run out there. They really need him to get going. They need that threat on the perimeter of someone that can hit a three. And he missed his first one. He hit his second one and it got waved away for a holding foul somewhere underneath the basket. And then that was it. I think he missed his next 3 and that was it. That was all we saw. But you're like, finally one went in and that it's not there. So then you go, okay, so they're not playing QJ and Harvey together heaps. So who else is on there that can do it? Peatling isn't shooting. Wani seems to be hitting every 3 he puts up. But he also needs to defend their best player. He can't be your
needs to defend.
Offensive outlet and
he's the best hustler.
Guard the best person. So I don't know.
I reckon he and Dan Greeter are the best defensive hustlers.
So good.
On the team at the moment. Lee
was like that as well.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Field goal percentage. New Zealand's field goal percentage was just under 70%. They hit almost 70% of every shot they put up.
Yeah, they couldn't miss.
Yeah, we've said this, like, what is it with New Zealand? They seem to be blindfolded and can just chuck stuff up and it goes in, and then you see it in actual stats and go, holy shit, they really did almost hit single thing they threw up.
Yeah, they don't bounce in it. They go swish.
It's
swish.
Just
it was always going in. You can see it just going straight in. Yeah.
And it didn't matter who it was. Could be Joe Blow, just came off the bench for a 2-minute cameo and it's just like, swish. Okay.
Although I'm sure we did get cheeseburgers. So they sometimes miss their free throws.
They miss free throws later on. So free throw count. Let's talk about this. All right. We've spoken about how it just doesn't seem like the fouls are even for these free throws. It seems like every time it was down the Breakers' end, no matter what happened, they got free throws. And then to go down, it seemed like almost the exact same thing happened and nothing. The amount of and-ones I feel like we should have had to theirs, like it seemed like everything. If they missed, they got free throws. If it went in, it was an and-one.
So what type of fouls were they drawing? Because we counted the fouls up.
Yeah.
And we had similar numbers. But are they a different type of foul? Is
yeah,
that the
well,
thing
I
you're
guess
saying?
like they're getting more shooting fouls where they get to actually shoot free throws.
Right.
Where like they're getting called for a holding foul under the hoop. So they're not shooting, the foul's on off the ball.
So what happens? They just inbound the ball or something?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
okay. All right.
And then we turn it over.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
It's
but
different, isn't it?
Free throws, we had 14, they had 28 free throws.
Right.
Tatum comes out in this press conference with the receipts and is like, and I'm not saying the refs are doing a bad job because you get fined a lot for that. But he's like, just on paper though, the last 10 games since, what did he say? It was like November, early November was the last time that the Hawks had equal, if not more, free throws than the opposite team in Wollongong.
Mm-hmm.
So we played two bigs. We've got McGee and Froling inside the key shooting all the time. Mm-hmm. They're normally the top scorers, but for somehow they're not being fouled at all, ever. Mm-hmm. The other teams are so disciplined. Every other team that plays the Hawks is so disciplined defensively that the free throw rate is absolutely plummets compared to any other game that team plays anywhere else in the country.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't think they're just keeping their hands off the Hawks. It doesn't make any sense.
No. But you can watch the exact same thing happen at either end of the court. One gets called and one doesn't. I don't know. Tatum's like, I'm not saying there's something going on here, but
well, if you take that into account, we win that game.
Well, there's a bunch, isn't there?
There's so many games.
I'm not saying that they're all bad reffing, but it seems like we've been playing, have to play against the refs and the other team nearly every game. Whether Tatum's getting teched or the free throw, the shooting fouls, just the proportion is so far out, and you feel like you're taking crazy pills. But at least now you can see it. You can see it on paper now and go, oh, we're not taking crazy pills. This is a thing that's happening.
And we watched him tell the other coach the ref told the other coach to go and sit down, go away. That's enough. Stop. But not teched. Just you need to stop and go and sit down. That's enough.
Yeah. He was on the court.
Yeah. And I was like, take him. But anyway.
There was a point in that New Zealand game where I think it was Ty Webster, who stick around, might win the award, pushed the ref, had a call come over and went over and shoved the ref. And we're like, he's getting ejected. For sure. No. Whose ball was it? New Zealand's ball. Yeah. Not only was it not a tech, an ejection, anything, we also didn't get the ball. Yeah. I don't know. Stinks. It stinks.
Yeah, it's like something that we shouldn't have to keep talking about. Should be able to just talk about basketball, playing. Yeah. But it seems to have just a dire outcome for every game. Makes all the difference. So.
Yeah, it really does. All right. Yeah, sad times. Let's look a little bit at the sort of what it means for the Hawks season then. Okay. Here's what ChatGPT told me after I put in the schedule, all the other teams' schedules, what needs to happen, wins, losses, all that sort of thing. We basically need to win 7 of the next 12 games.
Oof.
Yeah. We 100% have to beat Cairns and Brisbane when we play them because they're below us on the table. So we can't afford to lose those games. Then we need to flip at least 2 to 3 games against either New Zealand, Tasmania, Perth, or Melbourne United, who we play. So we need to win 2 to 3 games against those teams. We play Perth this Friday.
Okay.
We just beat the Jack Jumpers in that close call the other day. New Zealand just beat us. Melbourne United seem like they might be the worst team in the NBL at the moment. Which is crazy because that seems like that might be the most likely place to win is Melbourne United. But I haven't lost hope completely because I feel like that is possible, and I'm really hoping that, when Tatum came in and took over the team and we were last pretty much, and he just rallied and got our team into one game away from the finals.
Yep.
I'm hoping it takes this, fellas. There is no error left here. You've got to go for them to pull their finger out and take care of the ball and just play smart. Realise that they've got what they need to win and just get it done. The refs obviously play a part in that, which we can't do anything about.
Yeah, but it builds their frustration of this game's not necessarily in our control. If you're on the court not just playing basketball but getting unjustly treated, you'd just be like, well, what's the point? Well, you'd be panicking a bit.
They do. They get so frustrated as it goes on.
It's not just the numbers, it's the morale.
Everything. Yeah. So, have to beat Cairns or Brisbane. They need to flip the games against them. Look, New Zealand, I don't know. We can't beat them. Everyone else can. Everyone else can absolutely flog the living daylights out of them, but we can't. Jack Jumpers, we've beat them, but who knows? And Perth, I think this is the game. This Friday is the game that this is the make or break. This is, if we don't flip this game, we don't beat Perth over in Perth and prove that we can do it and get wins against good teams, then that might be it. They might just roll over and go, let's think about next season and see who's here, because it probably won't be McGee. It might not be Tatum.
I'd love a back-to-back championship, actually.
I'd love it. Yeah.
How good would that be? So good.
Great. Yeah. I'd love to see a heroic run home where they just go on this winning run and just get it together at the time that they needed to get it together. But, I don't know. After watching that New Zealand game in Wollongong the other day, I'm like, oh, man. Every time we'd get back into it, I've never got to the point where I felt like if it's a 6-point game, I'm like, they can't do that. They don't have 6 points in them. And that's how it feels sometimes. Yeah. I don't like that at all.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're back in it and then they shoot a 3. Okay. Get back there, shoot 3.
Yeah. Just goes in. Rattle around the ring constantly. Yeah. Let's talk about we'll do our players of the match for the New Zealand game, at least, because we were there. Yeah?
Okay. Yep.
All right. Against New Zealand, I'm going to give my player of the match to QJ Peterson because he seemed like the most likely to score and get us back in the game and hit a winner if we needed it. Shout out to Wani. Defensively was great. He got a couple of shot clock violations and whatever, just locking people down. I think it just goes without saying at this point that Wani should just... It's like it's Wani and this person. So shout out to him. Mad Dog sent his through. He's given it to Dan Greeter.
Okay.
For that game. Who caught your eye in that game?
I don't remember, but let's just say probably one thing I do... I feel like Harvey got a really last-minute clutch 3 away that was really exciting.
Yeah, he hit a really long one. It was like way
that we
out.
needed. Yeah, that was exciting. So that one, Harvey.
That's good. That's good. Just hit a few more next time.
Yeah, I thought, well, this is it. He can do it. He's doing it. This is it.
No. All right, let's give it a water away.
We're just happy that Chris Goulding didn't hurt himself flopping in front of us.
The Chris Goulding Flop Award. This one, Mad Dog sent through to me. He's going to give it to Ty Webster for shoving a ref over and somehow turning that into a breaker's ball to get inbounded. It's nothing more floppy than that. I can't even remember what the foul was exactly that he got so fired up about, but he ran to the ref and put hands on him.
I didn't see it, and they didn't put it in the replay, but you kept saying that he shoved him. I don't know why they didn't replay it. Replay it. We want to see that.
I don't know. We want to see it.
Yeah.
They don't want to. They don't want to sell that on the telecast. Apparently, have you noticed this weird thing where there's no commentators at the game anymore, like for TV in Wollongong?
I have not noticed.
Yeah, so you remember, like we went to the Kings, the Christmas day at the Kings, and they were right there in front of us doing the television broadcast and everything.
Yeah,
they don't ever seem to be in Wollongong now, and apparently they are commentating it from a bubble, like from a. They're just watching a TV feed of it somewhere in Sydney, and they sit there and commentate it.
I saw the chick. The chick was there.
Okay,
but I didn't see. Was it Damon Lowry and the other one? I didn't see them there.
Yeah.
Do you remember during the game I said to you, is that guy a flopper? Is he flopping?
Yeah.
Who was that?
Sam Menenga.
Right. That's my flop person.
That was my pick for flop as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I also picked him as a flopper. He goes under the radar as a flopper, but
just trying to get away with it.
Looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger, that dude. He's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he got heaps of free throws, so it worked.
Worked for him, yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he got us he got us some cheeseburgers as well at some point. But he had plenty of shots, plenty of attempts. Yeah. So how's he getting fouled constantly, but Froling and McGee aren't? Like, are we so ill-disciplined on defense and we're just whacking people? Because it seems like McGee's arms get smacked every time he goes up, and nothing ever gets called.
And sometimes you watch the replay and the Hawks absolutely did not foul. They didn't.
Yeah. I don't know why there's not, what the go is with challenging. It's like if there's a fingertip that grazed someone, they go, well, look, there's a contact. It's like, okay, but did his fingertip cause him to fly through the air and land on the ground? Like, yeah.
And I can't get up. I'm an elite athlete. I can't get up. I can't. Oh, someone's pulled me up. I'm fine now. Run down the court.
Yeah, it's not the Matrix. It's just, I don't know if they do. Like, it really does come down to that. If they do review it, it comes down to all these slow-mo angles and everything. You go, well, look, see, his hand is on him. It's like, okay, but fine. But did that hand cause him to be knocked to the ground with it? It just doesn't make any sense. Yeah. So I don't know. I would love to be told the idea behind reviewing things and not reviewing things. Because it seems like they go straight to it if it says like it's come off a certain player and it's gone out of bounds. They're like, we'll review that. But fouls they don't want to review.
And the Hawks' face just looks so frustrated and infuriated. They're like, I didn't.
Yeah.
But they say that every time. Every player, every time there's a foul goes, no, it wasn't.
No,
what do you mean? What are you talking about? So it just, the times when they're really genuinely so frustrated, it doesn't matter because they do it every time. Yeah.
It's boy who cried wolf situation. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll give, Ty Webster and Sam Menenga flops. Big old floppers. Let's look at
whoppities, as they say.
They do say that. Let's look at this Perth game on Friday. All right. Okay, so Hoops Fest, everyone's playing in Perth. We're the only team that has to play, but it is Perth's their home game. Yeah, and we're going to play them. So, I mean, just to sound like a broken record, turnovers. Let's get them under control for one. Perth are a mixed bag. Apparently, their home form has not been great compared to their away form.
Okay.
And RAC Arena in Perth's always been like a fortress for them. They were always really hard. It was always really hard to go to Perth and win, but you could get Perth on the road. And it's the opposite now. So that might play into it. I don't know. I think it's going to be a big crowd because it's Hoops Fest. And no one likes the Hawks. So I imagine even by proxy, you will get people that they're at that game that are Kings fans or Melbourne United fans, whatever, that'll be cheering for Perth to beat the Hawks. I mean, that's, whatever we get out of that. But I'm also just hoping on a desperation factor at this point where it really is absolute desperation time for the Hawks. And if they're not going to show some fight now, then that could be it.
The end of the world.
Well, the end of the season.
Our local basketball team won't win the comp.
Until next year.
Until next year.
Yeah. Weird. I'm curious to see what they do with McGee. So Tatum pretty much benched McGee in that New Zealand game.
Yeah, and he looked so sad.
He looked sad. He was sad about it. And Tatum said that he said, I've made it very clear that if people aren't putting in effort, they'll sit. And he didn't say that's why he did it, but that's when he was asked, why did McGee play so little minutes? That's what he said.
Oh, my God. What a public chastisement.
I know. So How do you think that plays out with McGee now? Like,
wanting
does McGee
to stay
try harder, or does he just go, does he go, no, I'll try even harder, or does he just go, I'm a 3-time NBA champion, Olympic gold medalist. I've played 18 years in the NBA. I am rich beyond my wildest dreams. I've won a Grammy writing the song with Justin Bieber. I don't give a shit whether you think I'm trying or not. I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. Or does he go, all right, I'll show you. Watch me try.
Oh, the first one. Sounds great.
Doesn't it?
I know he did all that stuff. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no wonder he can just do whatever. Good on him.
The thing is, Sam Frolin's getting the same numbers. You pull McGee out, you put Frolin in, you get the same thing. Like the two big thing, great in theory, but it's not like they're both getting going. One or the other is going. Yeah. If they could work out a way for both of them to be like 20 points a game, I know they probably haven't trained heaps together, but if they can get that to work better than it is now, I don't know if it is better having Frolin and McGee start together rather than having one of those start as the centre and Peatling back into that power forward role to start. It doesn't seem like it's a massive advantage to have them both on the court at the same time rather than staggering their minutes at centre. Or at least just starting with a different lineup and throughout the game bringing that two big lineup on as it goes, depending on the other team's rotations. If all of a sudden the other team goes small and you're like, okay, well, we'll take advantage of this. We'll put Frolin and McGee on at the same time and we'll just throw lob passes for the next couple of minutes until they make another sub, then do that. But I don't know. Perth, they seem to just play real ugly. Like they're happy to just scrap it out. And I don't know if that's great for the Hawks. Seems like we really need this sort of 10-point buffer at all times just to for the amount of times that, the ball will just go in and out of the ring.
You like a 20-point buffer. You know that. You know 10's not enough.
Buffer. I love a 20-point buffer.
You expect a 20-point buffer.
Yeah. It's maybe unrealistic. Yeah. Listen, my prediction is if it comes down to a 5-point game halfway through the fourth quarter, we don't win it. We need to be at least 10 up going into that.
My prediction is that they win. They have a nice swim in Perth. They do not get eaten by sharks. They're relaxed.
Well, the sharks aren't over there at the moment. They're all here.
Yeah, we do have quite a number of sharks.
The worst thing I ever did was start following like dorsal fin, where it's like my kids were swimming like down like Kalala way yesterday, and then about 2 hours ago, there's a thing that comes up, a 4.5 meter great white off Kalala. You're like, that's a big one. That one.
I like that Facebook page because then every day I get to read someone going, "Oh, what news? A shark found in the ocean where they live."
Yeah, it's always
that's just a part of my everyday life now.
Yeah,
it's like I think they're the first person to make that joke.
So smart.
So clever. They are in the ocean. But yeah, I mean, whatever. They're relaxed. Perth's a beautiful place. Everyone's just wearing flip-flops, getting around. It's a very vacation-y vibe. Maybe they get massages beforehand.
I hope they get
have a nice time together.
Part of their regime.
Yeah. And then they're just, keen to go. They've had a rest and they go for it. Yeah, I reckon they win.
We'll watch it. It's 9:30 our time, Friday night.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll chuck it on. It'll be good. Okay. It'll be good. Except for me, the entire game not having fun.
Oh, my God. How many times have I looked at you and been like, it's meant to be fun. You're having fun?
You're not
you don't seem to be having fun. You don't even like this.
It's like, I am having fun.
So mad. Let me give you some chicken. Calm down. And then we talk about how good the chicken is at the place.
Yeah, got to talk about something.
It's good chicken. It's like actual chicken, not processed. Chicken. It's really good chicken. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. When's our bay going to get picked for something free?
I have a theory. The kitchen's on the other side. And they bring it straight out the kitchen. So they're never going to come around our side. They don't want to walk that far. I've thought about this too much.
The hype crew are carrying around. Speaking of the hype crew, shout out to the hype crew because they got in touch about your lovely comments about our hype crew.
I mean, it depends on who was listening to them, whether they were lovely. I was comparing them to other people and calling one of them great, which was hype crew, and the other one very, very, very bad. And I really do feel that I need to see another game somewhere so I know where they fall on the spectrum, on the continuum. Are they right at the very top or are they average, but Sydney's just quite low? I don't know how impressed to be. I think very. Yeah,
well,
maybe we
down. Maybe we go down to a Melbourne game or go to Adelaide or something.
Yes, if you wouldn't mind, and then we can just watch the opening. Then we can just leave. We don't need to see the game. I was just there to see what the hype crew do.
Might want to see half time.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, well,
we're done.
That's it. We've done screeching and rolling for today. We'll be back next week, and the games are going to come thick and fast now till the end of the year, and we've got to start winning them. So hopefully we get a bit happier episodes each week
because we're on
the winning streak of the Hawks' existence. Let's get that going.
Yes, sir.
All right. See ya.
Bye.